So me or a Lamborghini?
Lambo.
Okay, that's easy. Me or a really beat down Toyota Camry?
I have a Camry, so a Camry.
Really?
Yeah.
You already have one, so you're gonna get another one over me?
Well, I can sell that and make some money off it.
Am I really like not worth it?
I don't even know you.
These OnlyFans girls keep asking these ridiculous questions. First it was me or PS5. Now it's me or Lambo. Both options are depreciating assets, but at least you can sell the car and get some money back.
Her name, her choice. Gentlemen, whether or not your fiancé takes your last name is her decision alone. Frankly, it's none of your business to pressure her one way or the other. If she wants to keep her maiden name, respect that choice. Her name belongs to her. It doesn't belong to you.
Well, technically, her name belongs to her father, but I digress. Look, if a woman wants to keep her maiden name, that's cool. But me personally, if I were to marry a woman and she didn't want to take my last name, I'm gonna respect her choice. And then I would respectfully tell her to have a nice day because this relationship is over. Because if I'm gonna spend tens of thousands of dollars on a woman, from buying her an engagement ring to paying for the wedding, the least she can do is take the last name of the man that's gonna protect and provide for her.
Am I the asshole for telling my wife that pregnancy hormones aren't a blank check for verbal abuse?
Damn.
My wife is currently pregnant and about 6 months along. This is her first pregnancy and a planned and wanted pregnancy. The first trimester was great, but around the time we hit the second trimester, she became very aggressive. If I cook dinner, it's not just wrong, but it's, quote, fucking disgusting. Get this away from me. If I clean the house and put things away, I get yelled at for putting things back because she now wanted them put somewhere different. I've been yelled at for waking up for work, for playing music she didn't like, for making coffee, and she didn't like the smell, and 100 others. It's gotten to the point where there is at least one explosion per day where I'm yelled at and insulted. I've tried to speak to her about this, but every time she hand waves it as, it's just the pregnancy hormones, it makes you crazy, you'll just have to deal with that. I am well aware of the effect that pregnancy hormones have, but I don't believe it justifies the level of verbal abuse coming my way. Finally, the other day I told her after a particular rough yelling session, I said that pregnancy hormones don't justify yelling or abuse to your partner. This wasn't received well. It led to more yelling and her calling me an asshole. So, am I the asshole?
No, you're not. But the reason why you're being treated this way is because you don't command respect. When a woman disrespects you, you have to check that behavior immediately, or else it'll keep happening. And her being pregnant shouldn't be an excuse to be disrespectful to people. That's like someone being drunk, getting behind the wheel, running someone over, and then blaming it on the alcohol. You're still going to jail.
I don't want. Send another one, please. I promise I'm not being ungrateful. I promise.
Body shaming's cool until we start talking about weight. Then it's called discrimination.
The dating pool is not trash, it's just the men you choose are.
Not necessarily.
I think it's both. I think it's a mix of both. I feel like some people, like, for example, like I hear some stories, like some people complain about dating. Actually, I'll use myself as an example. Like when you look back, you're like, dang, all these complaints, and realize you were dating the same person.
Yeah.
The same person. You kept picking the same person.
A lot of women like to say men ain't shit, men are trash, but they're not talking about the good guy they put in the friend zone. They're talking about the bad men they chose. Because if the men you picked are trash, but you open your legs to these men, where do you put trash? Simple, a trash can.
You ever been flown out by a guy before?
No. Never heard what? No, flown out by a guy. No.
You want to be.
Maybe? Maybe? No comment.
So, if I said, yo, I'm gonna fly you out to Miami, that means you're putting out, right?
What do you mean? What do you mean putting out? Having sex. No. No.
Why would you fly out to a guy if not to pursue something?
To have a good time? To hang out with him and get to know him.
But if I'm investing that much money for a plane ticket,
but you're investing for my time, not for my... Oh, like you're paying for it? Oh, I'm going to go and have a good time. That's you're investing for my time, not for my body. Yeah. Unless you just flat out put it out there, like that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah, if you flat out say that you want to do that, then okay, that's different. But if you expect us...
Why do some girls act like they don't know how the world works? Why would a guy spend money to fly you out and not expect to sleep with you? Like, if you got into a relationship, you don't have to tell your partner, hey, by the way, remember, we can't sleep with other people while we're dating each other. You don't need to say that because some things are just implied.
Is it cheating if you're in a relationship and someone that has a crush on you is buying you gifts?
Yes.
Why?
Because I've been there and done that, and it's definitely cheating. A gift lasts forever. Boyfriends don't last forever. You have two very different people. What?
Would you tell your boyfriend about the gifts?
Oh, no.
It's an evil world we live in.
I know I'm an independent woman, okay? I get it. However, us independent women love being treated with so much softness because there's not enough of it in our life. Every aspect of my life, I have to be strong. I have to show up for my kids, my job. I have to support myself. I have to do everything with such a strong mentality that when a man comes in and allows you this softness to just simply exist in your soft feminine energy, it's such a gift. So when you show up, I can't wait to meet you and be soft. It's going to be such a radical change for me.
Why are these so-called strong and independent women always on the lookout for a man? Do they not understand the meaning of the word independent? It means you don't need anybody else. Because it seems like these strong and independent women want men not because they want husbands. They just want someone to take the load off their plate.
Rate yourself out of 10.
Looking at me, I'm a 10.
To myself, then a 10.
Same, I'm a 10.
I myself on the inside is a 10 out of 10 out of 10.
Not a single girl on this table is a 10.
How about you rate us? You do that.
I would say you're a 4 out of 10. I would say you're a 2 out of 10.
Damn.
I would say you're a 5 and you're a 6.
I'll take it.
Ace, you want to rate them?
Me, I'll pass on that one.
Yeah, I'll pass on that one too. I don't really get why men ask women these questions. Like, what's the point of it? This is like asking a woman, what's her body color? You're gonna get an answer that you don't like. So stop asking.
Like, what's wrong with being a gold digger? I don't mean it in the sense of like be with somebody that you're like not attracted to and like you literally can't stand, but they're loaded, so you're gonna be with them. I don't agree with that. I feel like when you get into a relationship, you have to decide like what it is you're looking for. At the end of the day, if you're not financially in the means to provide the kind of lifestyle that I want, I'm never gonna be happy.
So you're telling me that your happiness is dependent on the type of lifestyle your man can provide for you. Question, what is that lifestyle? Because a man can provide you a decent lifestyle for like $70K a year. But if you're the type of woman who likes excess, who likes luxury, then it doesn't matter if the guy is doing his job and providing for you, because you'll never be happy. But let's say you meet a man who could provide you a life of luxury, and then later on in the relationship, he lost his job. Then what? Are you gonna leave him?
My ex was such a narcissist. I'm sorry. That sounds rough. Yep, he was just so controlling and always wanted things his way. What do you mean by controlling? Where do I even start? He hated when I would go out with my friends. He had the nerve to tell me what to wear. And anytime we would fight, he would just shut down because he couldn't have an adult conversation. Are your friends single? Yeah. What are you wearing when you go out? Why does that matter? And how often do you fight? I don't know, he just pissed me off a lot. It just sounds like he didn't want you doing single girl things while in a relationship with him, and just didn't feel like wasting his time arguing with you. How does that make him a narcissist?
I've always said, there's two questions that you always gotta ask your partner when you get into a relationship. The first question is, have you ever cheated on your ex? And the second question is, describe your ex. If your partner mostly has negative things to say about their ex, such as calling them toxic, insecure, controlling, or narcissist, understand that those same words will be said about you in the event that you guys break up.
If a guy texts you and you don't respond, should he try again?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a busy woman.
Okay, try again.
I really like when the guy is pushing.
Yes.
Okay.
Like my husband showed me a lot that he really cares. And I was dating another guy and it was like, I don't care, I'm here. Like, it was like pushing.
I love how she casually brushes off the fact that she was cheating on her ex-boyfriend. Like, what's wrong with this generation? Can we bring back loyalty?
The truth is, when you want to do surgery, do it. It is always scary. But if you have the opportunity to do it, whatever it is, if somebody says, honey, you don't need it, everybody will. By the way, I do need it, but I don't need to tell you the details. And now I just announced it on Sean Kelly's podcast. The point is, when we have surgeries for us, somebody will say, you don't need it. They then go home and live their life happy, smiling. You go to bed crying yourself to sleep every single night because you don't feel confident.
So you need cosmetic surgery to feel confident? If you think a BBL or breast implants is going to make you more confident, then you're lying to yourself. Confidence comes from within. And this is why, as a man, it's so important to choose a woman who is happy with the body that God gave her.
Would you get any cosmetic work done?
No.
Oh, because you think that you're fine how you are?
It's not about what I think I am fine.
I like this one.